To buy your Toyota dealers, we make it easy. Allie Clifton alongside Derek Fisher, Robert Ory, Mike Trudell, handling the fun happening in Orlando right now. The good times, they keep on rolling for the Lakers, who have now won their 9th straight. They are 22-6 now in the clutch, guys. They've won 12 of their last 13, not to mention are 4-0 on this current 6-game road trip. Derek, I'll start with you. Biggest takeaway out of this one?
I mean, so many takeaways. We got a full hour. We'll get to the other ones. The basketball gods are real. They really are. And sometimes when you're not bringing the right spirit and there are a lot of different things pulling on the team, the basketball gods don't work in your favor. But this team, with the road that they're on, a lot of the points that Rob mentioned pregame, about their connection, their chemistry, their camaraderie. They're enjoying playing basketball together. Good things just start happening, even though you need some luck. You need the ball to bounce your way. You need a...
And those bitch came in and put them up, and then all these other things happen. And then you look at the plus minuses, and you say, okay, all the starters for the Lakers were positive. All the starters for the Orlando Magic were negative. And why was this game so close? It's because of the bench. And I think because they had, I think they had 9 3-pointers in the first half. They only allowed Orlando 2. So it's the little things that allowed them to climb back in this game, but more importantly, believe in themselves, and that's what happened down the stretch.
We obviously have to go to that final possession there for Luke Kennard, and I think, too, back-to-back incredible ATO possessions, which makes a head coach very happy, I'm sure, if you're J.J. Redick in this moment. But as two clutch shooters yourselves, I mean, heck, that is your nickname, right? What does that take? What's that moment like for Luke, especially the newest Laker? Hasn't been here long.
You know, when you're a shooter, and you think about Luke Kennard, he's one of the best shooters in the NBA, and you stand out there wide open, and there's no other choice but to knock that down. I think for him, that's probably the best shot and the cleanest shot he's had in a long time. Look at it. Look how wide open he is. He could have ate a sandwich before they got out there. And I think for him, being that is a vote of confidence, because you think about, he just said in his interview, he hadn't been shooting all that well. But when you're able to knock down a shot like this in a big moment to keep your streak alive, the biggest thing out of it is not
execution and confidence by the guys down the stretch.
You know what I like best out of the happiest guy is the oldest guy. You see it in those videos right there. I don't think LeBron wanted to let him go. He was just hugging. That shows you how the passion and the love he has for this game. You know, you can see some people at this moment say, "Oh, can I hug you once? Let's go to the locker room." But he's still like that. That's the child joy he has for this game. And I love seeing things like that.
He's choosing to stay in the moment with everything, even when he's on the golf course, staring a gator down. I don't know if you guys saw that video. That was just from yesterday. I do want to say this really quick because J.J. Redick has sat down. But I heard you guys talking in the pregame, and you mentioned body language and what you're seeing, especially during this stretch. It's one thing to be on this streak and experience the winning and the magic that they are right now. But for a player like Luke Kennard, who you know you're going to need if you want to go places when it matters most in the postseason, for this team to see that kind of celebration and reaction, what does it tell you moving forward about the position that they're in right now?
That there is trust within the group, you know, a willingness to just make the right basketball play. It's something that the coaching staff focuses on daily. They talk about it daily, and they've played the game that way. Yeah, Luke Kennard in that situation is wide open. Marcus does have to throw it to him, but if LeBron had been driving the basketball and two guys were on him, he would have thrown a hook pass back to Luke Kennard for that shot as well. It's very similar to the pass LeBron made to Rui in the corner in Toronto when he could have gone for the double-digit streak. And so all season long, in these moments, they've just tried to play that's needed for the team. And that trust, even sometimes when things don't work out or the ball doesn't go in, the trust is what will take them into April, May, and June, because they've been building on that all season.
You know, sometimes when you sit in the second chair and someone takes your word, because I was going to say trust, too. That's the first thing that came to my mind. The trust that they have in one another, the belief that they're going to make the shot. So I can't say anymore because he took what I was going to say. You got to trust everybody on your team. If you don't trust them, it shows. And because you think about, I'm going to take, and I see you open, Allie, I can feel the distrust if I don't kick it to you. But if I kick it to you and you miss it or make it, and I still like, that's the trust that they have. And I think that's what the Lakers have now, that trust.
You know why you guys were so aligned? Because I asked a question about winning. And how many rings do you have between the two of you?
12. Rob got 7.
You just get it. Thanks for doing the math. Reaves got 7. He reminds us a lot.
No,
We're going to head back to Atlanta.
James.
Orlando. It's time.
Look at our matchup preview presented by DraftKings. The closest matchup in today's games, Michigan State favored by 5 and a hook against Louisville in a 3-6 matchup. Texas and Gonzaga, we talked about them. Some believe Texas has the best chances among the double-digit seeds to advance. And then Vanderbilt and Nebraska. Nebraska's off the schneid. The Cornhuskers have a victory in the NCAA tournament. And now, Seth, they have to take on that Commodore team in a 4-5 matchup in the South.
Fred Hoiberg's done an incredible job. 51% of their shots come from the three-point line. They assist on 65% of their shots. This is right in transition and flow. They play 5 out, so the court is always spread. You're going to see a screen right here. And Sanford, an elite three-point shooter, 40% three-point shooter. He's going to back cut. When they get into this play, they're going to create an action. They run their offense a lot right through Rick Mast right here. But they're going to run a little screener action right here to try to get Sanford open up for this down screen. Right? They take that away. Now Mast, because 6'10", he can take the bigs, pull them away from the basket. You see how spread the floor is? Mast has the ability now to attack a matchup. Do a great job of hunting matchups. He gets into the middle lane and makes a play. Once again, right out of flow. They're getting into this offense. This is Mast right here. He's going to be the hub of their offense. As this play continues on, the ball gets kicked out. He's going to get into a little two-man game. Look at the spacing right here. They have terrific spacing. They fill the corners. That's a big-time three-point shooter. That's Fred Hoiberg's son right there on the other side. They open up the middle of the floor. That's just a two-man game, middle